All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? We back again to keep this thing going with the Western medicine versus holistic medicine. Um, Vlad versus Dr. Sebi. Carnivores versus vegans, or meat eaters versus vegan. So I think the last place that I stopped at was we were dealing with the problems of why you would have a vitamin B12 deficiency in animals as well as people. And one of the problems, which I think I stated that in the last video, was that soil has become deficient of vitamin B12 because of farming practices, which leads to cobalt deficiency in soil. And 95% of all B12 supplements manufactured are actually given to farm animals. So this is the reason why people are deficient in vitamin B12. Not because if you're a vegan, because you don't eat meat. It's because that the soil is deficient of a certain mineral, and that is cobalt. And you need cobalt in order to synthesize what is known as vitamin B12. So it has nothing to do with eating an animal. So let's go ahead and get into what we need to get into as far as this particular topic. All right, here's another reason. Most factory farm animals are raised in artificial environments, that is, cages, pens, factories, which explains their deficiency in B12. This is why the argument that a vegan diet is not sound is ironic, because the same can be said about the carnivore diet because of how the animal is raised, which can lead to vitamin B12 deficiency in meat eaters. Now, this particular debate right here, this is another ongoing thing between people who eat meat versus people who do not eat meat. And the thing that is funny to me about this whole debate is that you have people who are scientists, who are doctors, who are constantly studying things like this. And 9 times out of 10, the people that are always talking about what vegans lack and what vegans can't do, these are people who do not study, don't open up a damn book. If you was to probably go into their house and look, and you were able to look inside of their house as far as for material that they read, chances are they don't even have a library. They probably don't even have fucking bookshelves. But these are always the people, these motherfuckers are always talking about what vegans can't do, or vegans get on their nerves. Y'all get on our damn nerves. It's a back and forth thing between both people. It needs to stop, because at the end of the day, people are going to do what the fuck they're going to do. Me personally, I'm on the flip side of this thing as far as how people who eat meat look at people who don't eat meat. Because you have people who eat meat, they're always saying that they're tired of people that don't eat meat telling them what the fuck they need to eat. Well, with me, it's the flip side of that. I get tired of people who eat meat asking me questions about why the fuck I don't eat meat. Why does it matter? What difference does it make? Do you? If eating meat is what you like to do you? Most people don't know that I'm a vegan until I tell them. And the only reason why I would tell them that is because they keep asking me questions over and over and over, especially like if I go out to eat and I'm around, some people who don't know that I'm a vegan. And I don't mind answering the questions, but when you try to make mockery out of me eating what they would say is plants or rabbit food, I have a problem with that, because you can take these plants and you can make a variety of dishes with them. If you were to go on YouTube, you would see thousands, hundreds of thousands of videos of people who have learned how to take plants and make those plants into dishes. Another thing that gets under my skin is that you have people that would say that, well, why do y'all try to make plants taste like meat? And that shit is stupid. It sounds stupid, because most people, when they cook meat, they season their meat. What do you season your meat with? You don't season your meat with other animals. Now, some people may do that with certain dishes, but for the most part, you're using plants. You're using herbs. You're using spices. Now people are using sea salt. But for the most part, these are the things that you're using to season your food with. So in all actuality, are we really trying to make make plants taste like meat, or are we trying to make meat taste like a plant? And then you hear this other dumbass statement where people will be like, meat is so good. No, it's not. You've never tasted the meat for what it was because you season it. Fry it, boil it, or bake it, and don't put anything on it. And see how much you like it then. That aroma that you smell, that taste that you taste, that is coming from plants. It's not coming from meat. And one analogy that I like to use, and a lot of people laugh at it, and I get a kick out of it too, is dealing with Kentucky Fried Chicken. What is KFC famous for? They're not famous for crispy chicken. They're not famous for baked chicken. They're not even famous for the other dishes that they have. You know what they're famous for? They are famous for the 11 herbs and spices, because that's what they put on their food. That's the formula. That's what makes it taste good. They're not famous for, well, we're going to take this chicken, we're going to bake it, we're going to broil it, we're going to fry it, and what we're going to use as seasoning is other meat. They don't do that. Matter of fact, I don't know anyone who does that, except for maybe a couple of dishes that people may use other animals to season another form of meat. So, this whole thing about meat tastes good, meat is this, meat is that, man, y'all can throw that shit in the garbage, man. So that was me digressing for a moment, but let's get back to the topic. All right. So as a side note, this is dealing with the liver. The liver can store 3 to 5 years worth of vitamin B12. We lose 0.1% of B12 through urine each day. This can be fixed by taking a B12 supplement. Signs of a dietary deficiency aren't usually immediate because of how long the liver stores B12. So it would take you quite a while to become deficient in vitamin B12. But the thing is, everyone is deficient in vitamin B12. Hell, for the most part, everybody is deficient in a lot of vitamins and minerals and, phytonutrients and things of that nature, because of how we have destroyed our gut health. And that's one of the main reasons why, when you eat your food, even when you're eating meat, this is the reason why a lot of the nutrition that you may be able to get from meat, as well as the nutrition that I know you're going to get from eating a plant-based diet, is the reason why your body does not absorb those things, because your gut health has been fucked up through the years from taking antibiotics, just eating an overall fucked up diet. That's going to destroy the integrity of your intestinal tract, or the dietary functions of your stomach or of your digestive system. So those are things that we're going to have to get back in check. So whether you're eating healthy or not, if your gut health is not where it's supposed to be, all of the things that you're doing, whether you're eating meat and you're trying to incorporate more fresh fruits and vegetables into your diet, or if you're a vegetarian, or if you are a straight vegan, none of those things are going to help you as far as trying to take your diet to another level as far as being healthy. Because if your but if your gut health is not where it's supposed to be, then that's just null and void. Is not going to happen. You're still going to be dealing with deficiencies. So now there was a study that was done. It was called the Framingham Offspring Study. And in this study, this is what they found. They found 39% of the general population may be low in B12 blood levels, and this extended beyond just vegetarians or older people. The study showed no difference in B12 blood levels of younger and older adults. Also, there was no difference between those who ate meat and those who did not. people with the highest B12 blood levels were those who were taking B12 supplements and eating B12 fortified cereals. So there's plenty of ways that you can get your B12 in. Now, me personally, I know that because the soil is fucked up. I know that as far as the way certain foods are prepared, that can delete a lot of the things that you think you're going to get from your food, and you're not actually getting from your food. So what I do is I still try to eat healthy, but I also supplement. I take a multivitamin. I take vitamin D3, even though I'm always out in the sun. I take flaxseed to get my omega-3 fatty acids in. And there are a couple other things that I eat that are also high in omega fats. I also take a supplement for joint health. So there are things that I do that I incorporate into my diet because I know that I'm not going to be able to get all of those things just by eating a healthy diet. There are going to be some things to where you're going to need to supplement with something, because if you're not growing your own food and preparing it in that way, meaning from the time you plant it to the time you pick it, pluck it, dig it up, chop it off, whatever way that you choose to get those plants out of the ground, off the tree, off the bushes, then you don't know how that produce is being grown. So if you're not a farmer, then you have to do the best that you can with what you have. And you have to try to make up the difference with supplementing. That's the only way you're going to be able to get all of the things that you need to get in your system is by doing it that way. Otherwise, you're going to run into health problems later on down the line, which is something that happened to me about 10 years ago. But like I told you guys, I'm back on track. I'm not 100%. If I had to, put myself on a scale between 1 to 10, I would say I'm at 9.5. And, I got that other half to get, and I should be back to 100%. But other than that, let's keep it moving. Okay. Absorption of B12. And this is still dealing with the Framingham offspring study. But absorption of B12 requires an intact and functioning stomach, pancreas, sufficient quantities of intrinsic factors, and proper small bowel function. Problems with any of these organs makes a vitamin B12 deficiency possible. So even in this study, they talked about one of the things that I just mentioned, which is dealing with your gut health. And a lot of people are having problems with their gut health now, dealing with inflammation and things of that nature. And if you notice, any of the commercials that are out when it's talking about gut health, one of the things that they have been advertising is a yogurt called Activia. And the reason why they've been advertising that and they've been pushing that is because it's packed with probiotics. Now, some people will go that route. Some people will go and just, buy a probiotic without it having to be mixed in with some type of dairy product. So whatever way that you choose to do that, that's on you. That's another supplement that I take, which is a probiotic, because I needed to get my gut health back on check. And that helped me out pretty good, along with eating more raw fruits and vegetables, because if you're not eating raw fruits and vegetables, then you're not getting those enzymes in as well. And that's another issue that a lot of people are having when it comes to, gut health or just overall health, when it comes to keeping your system, moving the way you want it to move. And that's because people are not getting those enzymes in. So let's keep it moving. Okay. Let me go ahead and say this before, I get to the next part of this discussion. Make sure you guys hit that bell. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Like I was telling you guys in the first video, which I've said it in a couple of other videos, trying to get this channel to go up. I'm trying to figure out different ways to get my face out there, get my name out there. I'm not looking for fame or anything like that. My thing is I want to give back to the people. Mainly the people that look like me. But like I told you guys in the first video, I think, even if you're not black, if you want to see the world in a better place, whatever you can get off of my channel from the things that I say, take it, use it, and do what you got to do, because we're all on this planet for a reason. And you're either going to be part of the solution or part of the problem. And as far as myself is concerned, I want to be one of those individuals who wants to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. I've done enough bullshit on this planet, since I've been on this planet, and it's time now to, do some positive things. And I've been trying to do that for the past 20 some years, maybe longer than that, because I started with this whole conscious thing in, I think it was 1993. And this is 2019 now. I'm 50 years old, just turned 50 this month, actually, July the 16th. So yeah, I'm 50 years old. And, just trying to pay it forward, man. So let's keep it moving. For B12 to be absorbed, it needs to attach to a carrier called intrinsic factor to pass from the intestines into the bloodstream. Intrinsic factor is made by parietal cells in the stomach. A lack of intrinsic factor causes B12 deficiency disease called pernicious anemia, where the body makes antibodies to attack parietal cells and destroy them. And that's something that I didn't know, not until I started doing my research. So I got about 3 minutes left. So let's see if we can get this last little paragraph out the way, and then we're going to close out. New research suggests that eating animal products causes animal sugars such as NEU5GC, and that's NEU5, the number 5, GC, to become attached to the human cells that line hollow organs such as the stomach. The human immune system sees any cells with animal sugars on them as foreign and makes antibodies to destroy them. This attack by our immune system causes chronic inflammation and may explain many conditions such as atrophic gastritis that destroys both the acid-producing cells and the IF-producing cells in older people who eat meat. This may explain why meat eaters and older people are deficient in B12. So, with that being said, like I said, I only got a couple more minutes left. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop there, and we're going to pick up with the next video. And, I hope you guys are taking notes, and I hope you guys are checking behind me to make sure that I'm correct with the information that I'm giving to you guys. Because like I said, if I'm not correct, I don't have any problems with anyone correcting me or giving me information that can either take this to the next level or correct some of the things that I may have said that were not true. But based on the information that I have, and like I said, I did my research. I didn't just go to one particular site or one particular book. I went to several sites, and some of this material I already have as far as in my library, magazines that I have gotten from other stores that deals with things of this particular nature as far as health is concerned. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close out. And until the next time, like I always tell you guys, peace, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep it moving, and love life. I'm out.